Throughout his career, has Tom Cruise gained more allies or enemies? Today, we're diving into the top 10 celebrities who've tried to sound the alarm about him. Let's start with number 10, Mark Wahlberg. Back in 2013, some leaked court documents stirred up controversy when they hinted that Tom Cruise had compared making movies to the intensity of fighting in Afghanistan. It's fair to say that Mark Wahlberg wasn't too pleased with this statement. While promoting his film Lone Survivor, which portrayed real events from the failed 2005 mission Operation Red Wings, where Mark played a Navy SEAL, he didn't hold back. When asked about the challenges of filming, Mark launched into an intense rant, saying, quote, "For actors to sit there and talk about, oh, I went to SEAL training and I slept on the floor." Mark didn't mince words, firing back with, "I don't care what you did. You'll never compare to what these guys went through. To claim your job is as tough as the military's? How dare you, while you're sitting in a makeup chair for 2 hours?" He didn't stop there, pointing out that at the end of the day, actors can head back to their comfy hotel rooms and order some effing chicken. Tom's lawyers were quick to respond, insisting that his comment was meant as a joke and highlighting his strong support for the troops. Still, the tension was hard to ignore. Moving on to number 9, Thandie Newton. In an interview with Vulture, Thandie didn't hold back as she opened up about why working with Tom Cruise on the 2000 blockbuster Mission Impossible 2 was nothing short of a nightmare. When asked why she never returned to the franchise, Thandie revealed, "I was so scared of Tom. He's a very dominant individual. He tries super hard to be a nice person." She went on to describe him as really stressed and dominant, sharing a tense moment on set where she and Tom struggled to complete a balcony scene late at night. Thandie explained, "I don't think it was a very well-written scene. I get angry with him. We're frustrated with each other. And Tom made a decision at the start of the movie without telling me that he didn't speak English. It probably helped him, but it was extremely unhelpful for the rest of us." She recalled how Tom's frustration with her performance only made her feel more terrified and insecure. Despite the difficult experience, Thandie clarified that she doesn't hold anything against him personally. He wasn't horrible, he was just really stressed. But the pressure, she said, leaving no doubt about how tense things were on set. Thandie added, "He takes on a lot. I think he truly believes only he can do things as perfectly as they need to be done." Now let's move on to Brooke Shields. If there's one way to alienate a group of women, it's by telling them what they can or can't do with their bodies. Tom Cruise learned this the hard way when he publicly criticized Brooke Shields for using antidepressants to manage postpartum depression. In his controversial statement, Tom said, "When someone says medication has helped them, it's just to cope. It didn't cure anything. There's no science." His comments sparked outrage, turning the issue into a full-blown public debate. Tom didn't stop there, doubling down with, "There's nothing that can cure them whatsoever." And if that wasn't condescending enough, he added, "I care about Brooke Shields because I think she's an incredibly talented woman, but look at where her career has gone." Brooke, however, wasn't about to let that slide. She clapped back, standing up for herself and mothers everywhere. Tom should stick to saving the world from aliens and let women experiencing postpartum depression decide what treatment options are best for them, she said. She didn't hold back, adding, "I'm going to take a wild guess and say that Mr. Cruise has never suffered from postpartum depression." Brooke called his remarks a disservice to mothers everywhere, but hoped that if anything good could come from his ridiculous rants, it would be raising awareness for a serious condition. 7. Brad Pitt. While Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise share a lot in common, especially in terms of their Hollywood careers, rumors suggest that they've been feuding for 25 years, and it all reportedly began with one film, the 1994 horror hit Interview with the Vampire. The film, where both actors played leading roles, really sparked their animosity. Despite Interview with the Vampire earning Oscar and Golden Globe nominations, Brad later revealed that he was miserable on set, and having Tom there certainly didn't make things better. When asked about his co-star in an interview, Brad didn't hold back, openly sharing his true feelings. Brad didn't hold back, saying, "He bugged me. There came a point during filming when I started really resenting him. He's North Pole, I'm South. He's always coming at you with a handshake, whereas I may bump into you. There was this underlying competition that got in the way of any real conversation. Fast forward to 2009, when both actors starred in World War II dramas, Brad in Inglourious Basterds and Tom in Valkyrie. Not only was Brad's film far better received, but to make matters worse, he reportedly called Tom's movie a ridiculous movie. 6. Nicole Kidman. Though it's been years since their split, Nicole Kidman's marriage to Tom Cruise remains one of Hollywood's most talked about relationships. When they first met, Tom was still married to his first wife, Mimi Rogers. After divorcing Mimi in February 1990, Tom married Nicole less than a year later. The couple went on to adopt 2 children, Isabella Jane and Connor Anthony, and even made 2 more movies together. However, their marriage was far from perfect, and they separated in 2001 after a decade together. Reflecting on their divorce, Nicole admitted, "I was so young when I got married." Looking back, Nicole admitted, "I look back now and I'm like, what?" In an interview with Red magazine, she shared how she felt isolated during her marriage to Tom. Even after winning an Oscar, she said, "I was holding a gold statue and I was the loneliest I'd ever been." The divorce came as a shock to Nicole, and things quickly turned messy, especially with the custody battle. In the end, Tom reportedly turned their children against her. He was granted full custody and raised them as Scientologists. Despite the pain, nothing could overshadow that iconic photo of Nicole leaving her attorney's office, jumping for joy after their divorce was finalized. Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin didn't hold back when it came to calling out Tom Cruise in 2009. While hosting Elle magazine's Women in Hollywood dinner and awards show, Alec joked about solving the gender pay gap in Hollywood by suggesting Tom Cruise lower his salary by $29 million. He said, "I believe we can balance the scales if Tom Cruise would lower his quote by a mere $29 million. I realize this may be a little bit unfair since he's not here to defend himself, and I really don't want to put all of this on one man. But if I had to, that man would be Tom Cruise." Alec then joked that his own salary didn't compare to Tom's, adding that his entire yearly salary was probably the budget for the mints used in one of Tom's movies. Tom's wife at the time, Katie Holmes, couldn't help but laugh along with the crowd. But as the saying goes, there's often some truth behind every joke. According to Variety, Tom Cruise is expected to make over $100 million from Top Gun: Maverick, which would be one of the biggest paydays ever for a single movie. 4. Leah Remini. Leah Remini, a former Scientologist and King of Queens star, didn't hold back when she detailed her experiences with the Church of Scientology in her 2015 memoir, Troublemaker, much to Tom Cruise's dismay. In the book, Leah also made some shocking claims about several A-list celebrities. One particularly bizarre story involved her and her husband, Angelo, visiting Tom Cruise's Beverly Hills mansion, where he invited a group of Scientologists and other famous faces, including Will and Jada Pinkett Smith. Tom, ever the host, apparently announced to everyone that he wanted to play hide-and-seek and pressured all the guests to join in. Leah Remini also recounted another strange incident where Tom Cruise had a meltdown over cookies. She wrote, "Once he wanted to make cookies, and there was a package of pre-packaged cookie dough on the counter. He asked, 'Guys, where's the cookie stuff?' Tom seemed like a child who had never been told no, and he screamed at his assistant. When Top Gun: Maverick was released, Remini didn't hold back. She warned fans not to be swayed by Tom's movie star charm, saying, 'Don't let the movie star charm fool you.' And no, I will not watch the movie, nor will I ever support or approve of this scam of a man." It's clear that Leah is not one to forgive or forget easily. 3. Katie Holmes. In 2012, the world was rocked when Hollywood's former power couple, Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes, announced that they were getting a divorce after 6 years of marriage. The news of their split sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry, sparking rumors and speculation about why they decided to part ways. After a whirlwind romance, the couple had tied the knot in an extravagant Italian wedding ceremony and soon welcomed their first child together, Suri Cruise. Their divorce came as a shock to everyone, but it was reportedly driven by Katie's reluctance to raise their daughter, Suri, within the Church of Scientology. In a 2013 deposition, Tom essentially confirmed this, revealing that his ex-wife's decision to file for divorce was partly due to their differing views on the religion. Tom also admitted that by the time of the split, Suri, who was only 7 years old, was no longer involved with Scientology. This revelation was particularly surprising, as those who leave the church are often shunned by other members. As a result, Katie was granted sole custody of Suri, with strict stipulations ensuring that she would not be exposed to Scientology practices. To this day, it seems the former couple isn't on the best of terms, with reports suggesting that Tom hasn't seen his daughter in years. 2. Mickey Rourke. In a recent interview on Piers Morgan Uncensored, the boxer-turned-actor made it clear that he's not a fan of Tom Cruise. When discussing Top Gun, Maverick's $1 billion box office success, Rourke didn't hold back, saying, "That doesn't mean jack to me. This guy's been doing the same effing part for 35 years. I got no respect for that." Rourke went on to mention several actors whose careers he respects and admires, unlike Tom's. When Morgan asked if he thought Cruise was a good actor, Rourke bluntly replied, "I think he's irrelevant in my world." Back in 2005, when Tom Cruise criticized Brooke Shields for using antidepressants, Mickey spoke out in her defense. He said, "My therapist saved my effing life and my career. I don't care what Tom Cruise says about therapy. F him, picking on poor Brooke Shields. People need medicine, and they need therapists. Let the Scientologists go effing live on a planet of their own." Brendan Teague, a former bodyguard from the Church of Scientology, revealed in 2018 that John Travolta was furious when Tom Cruise received the prestigious Freedom Medal of Valor in 2008. The honor, awarded by the church's leader, David Miscavige, reportedly caused a rift between the two, as Travolta, a longtime member of Scientology, felt overshadowed by Cruise's rise to the top in the organization. Despite both being high-ranking members, their relationship appears to be far from friendly, and this revelation added fuel to speculation about the tensions between the two actors. According to Brendan Teague, John Travolta was deeply frustrated and even jealous after Tom Cruise was awarded the Freedom Medal of Valor, a prestigious honor given to only the most dedicated members of the Church of Scientology. Travolta, who had been a loyal member for many years, reportedly felt overshadowed by Tom's rise to become one of the most influential figures in the organization. Teague claimed that this moment sparked tension between the two, as Travolta's feelings of envy were exacerbated by Cruise's prominent position within Scientology. This added another layer to the complicated dynamic between the two Hollywood stars. John Travolta's growing resentment toward Tom Cruise reached its peak when he wrote a furious letter to David Miscavige, the leader of the Church of Scientology. In the letter, Travolta reportedly questioned the significance of the Freedom Medal of Valor that Cruise received, feeling he deserved the honor himself due to his long-standing commitment and contributions to the church. This frustration was further fueled by the fact that Travolta had reportedly introduced more members to Scientology than any other celebrity, making the award feel like a personal slight. Their relationship had already been strained, especially after Travolta was not invited to Cruise's high-profile wedding to Katie Holmes in 2006, which only deepened the tension between them. From this point, their friendship seemed to dissolve, and it's clear that their connection has never fully recovered. Thanks for watching, and be sure to share your thoughts in the comments below.